Oh, new Disventure Camp episode. Well, I guess I should watch the thing and make my review, but I don't know. This background isn't good enough. I think I need to change this a little bit. Just give me a second, okay? Nope. 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 Oh my god, of course not. Okay, wait. There, perfect. Well, I think now we can start the review. And this episode was really good. Just has a little problem that I'll explain later. Well, hello, you butt knuckles. Toad MK fan here. This time we've had it, so I won't scream a lot in this video. And so if you're expecting me screaming and angry, I won't do that because I literally can. But here I am again reviewing Disventure Game Season 4, and this time episode 19. And I have to say, this episode was awesome. Except the elimination, and it's not because of the motive you think it is. So let's start this review. The episode starts with Hannah waking up and extremely happy about Spencer's elimination, and the way she acted in this time, I thought, I think now that Spencer is gone, Hannah is finally back to her normal way. But then we have this scene. Emily, Jade, and Isabel are celebrating that Spencer is gone and the plan worked and planning the next target, and okay, it's a normal thing. But then Hannah appears and is mad at Emily because she worked without her, and she has a confessional saying this.
Amelie taking Isabel's side over mine?
It's funny her complaining about that and a little, scared about it because she actually did exactly that in Ivy's elimination episode. She took Isabel's and Jade's side, didn't listen to Benji. I mean, I don't know why she's surprised and mad about it when she did the exact same thing. What, just her can do that. Any other people can. Oh my god, it's amazing how Hannah can be a hypocrite in this episode. And the latest episode too. And after that, we have Logan trying to control his fear of water because of what happened at challenge, because he got stuck and almost drowned to death. And this is an interesting plot because he's a swimmer and he's afraid of water, all those stuff. And Zade appears and tries to help him and comfort him. The problem is that they stop talking about it and start talking about strategy in the game, and I think it was a really idiot decision. I just think it would be better if they had a scene talking about Logan's little trauma and what he's thinking, all those stuff, than just skip to talk about elimination and targeting Anastasia. Like, they could do that any other time, but right here I just wanted to know about Logan's trauma and how he would deal with this, but no, they just skipped to the game. And I think it was a really stupid thing. Logan can be really interesting with this stuff, but they just ignore it. And we also have a little Anarisa moment. Enjoy it because it's going to be one of the last we're going to see for a while. But of course, to ruin Anastasia's day and being a little of a jerk, Hannah go there and tell that Isabel is planning to eliminate Anastasia. And she gets pissed and all those stuff, and was that really necessary? I mean, I understand her logic to get allies with the couple of the season because she could use them as a shield like she did with Ivy and Zayd. But first, again, this is strategy, the people won't fall for that. And Anastasia and Marissa aren't dumb. They will notice you just going with them so you can use protection. And the time you will go against them, they will notice. So yeah, it was a really dumb thing, and I think she should have stayed with Isabel and Jade. She wanted this since the Ivy elimination episode. Why not stay with them, huh? Oh yeah, because they eliminated Benji, I forgot about that. Well, the challenge starts because that was the last thing that happened before the challenge. And they explain the challenge. Basically, they'll go through a forest in the night, catch some flags, and go back to the finish line. Easy, right? It seems easy. The problem is that this thing will chase him through the whole challenge. And as a FNAF fan, I can't say it. I love this idea. A giant animatronic chasing him through the whole challenge in the night. This is really not original, but really fun and actually scary and quite a, create an atmosphere to the whole challenge. It's good, and for this venture camp, it's original because we never saw this before. And this thing is actually a bit intimidating because it's really big. The only problem is that I don't know how to call him because he doesn't have a name. We just know that it's him. So for the rest of the video, I'm just gonna call him Sorry about that. And the campers can use a flashlight, a map to help in the challenge, and a freaking gun that are used to with darts. It's not a real ammunition, but it would be fun if it was. And I have to make a comment about this. I know it's not a real gun, but giving a gun, even though it's fake, to Anastasia is I think the second most dangerous thing you can do in this show. The first one is stay close to Rhea. First, when the challenge starts, we saw Marissa and Anastasia going to the place, find the flask, and they have a map and one piece of the gun, not the entire thing because you have to build the thing. So they decide to split up to see if they find something useful. Then we have Jade and Isabel that go check what they have, and they just have bullets. Literally just that. I know it's darts, but I'm going to call this bullets because it's way easier. But they don't have time to complain about it because the mimic found them and they are going to die. Because this thing is really scary. It seems really going to die, and I love this. I mean, look at this scene. They are scared because there's a giant animatronic trying to kill them. Not kill them, but I think it looks better when I say kill them than just catch them. You know, it looks more terrifying. And the scene is great. I know how this plays. I just really love terror things, okay? This is scary and works really well. And Jay almost made him lose the challenge because of a freaking stick. But Hannah appears in the right exact time to save them. Finally, she does something useful. And before they go, let's say they should go together because, well, it's more useful than just go alone, and they can talk about strategy in the way. It actually was a really good idea to put this four together because they have some interesting interactions. And one of the best interactions of the episode is when they catch the flash, but this is for later. But I like this four together. They have cool interactions. I just think the only one that is I know I'm just complaining about it, but it's true. Hannah is the worst here. But before we see what Amelie and the others are doing, Zayd and Marissa end up meeting, and they have this questionable interaction here.
You two? Split up? No way!
Ha ha ha, very fucking funny.
I mean, I understood he's trying to be sarcastic with the fact that Anastasia and Marissa are always together, but it's a bit weird him saying that because, well, Zayd is no different. Actually, he was even worse when Ivy was on the game. He was with her all the time and didn't interact with anyone else besides Ivy. I don't know what he's laughing about. Marissa should have said, oh yeah, because you're so different, right, Ivy's boyfriend? Because he's not, so this comment wasn't that funny, and well, it's actually a bit of a hypocrisy of him saying that, so yeah. Zayd tries to be funny or something, but no, he's just there. Anyway, this whole scene that it's a bit cool. It's Marissa trying to convince Zayd to work with her and Anastasia again. And yeah, it's okay. I mean, they need allies, so okay. And then we see Anastasia seeing Logan building a boat because he doesn't want to go swimming, so he needs to build a boat to go to the other side and go faster to the flags. And again, he makes a sarcastic comment about Anastasia, and she just ignores it. Impressive. And here's the thing, she actually helps him with the boat. And we have a confession of her saying that even though Logan is her adversary, he's still a possible ally, so she should help him. And she helps him. And after that, Marissa appears as Zayd and convinces Anastasia to accept him in this whole mini alliance stuff during the challenge. And she accepts. Okay, Marissa uses strong weapons, but you understand, right? And Logan said they need 4 oars, so they need to find sticks to, help with the boat thing. But she says that Anastasia and Marissa should look for it. And when Zayd and him are alone, first this thing happened. This is a scene I didn't want to see, but okay. And we have Logan saying they should just get the boat, leave the girls behind, and, well, saying that they won't get salty about just a stupid challenge. I mean, we're talking about Anastasia, the girl who gets mad with everything unless this is Marissa doing. If it's anyone but Marissa doing something, she gets mad. So yes, she will get really pissed about it, and it's just one of you who's going to win immunity. So if one of you lost, that it's obvious one of you going to lose, she would try to eliminate one of you guys because you know how Anastasia is, so saying that's a bit dumb, Logan, especially if they won the challenge, because you would be fucking the situation. After that, we have a scene of Hannah and Amelie talking, and Hannah is mad because Amelie decided to make the vote decision with Isabel and Jade, and not her, and she got pissed about it, and she says this.
So, no matter what, you'll always go with who you think you have the best odds with.
Didn't this bitch did the exact same thing at the Ivy Elimination episode? Why she's doing that and say that Amelie is wrong and oh my god, you're just doing this shit because you have more odds with Isabel and Jade than me. You did the exact same thing in the Ivy Elimination episode. It's funny how she can do dumb things or I don't know, do strategies, if you can call what she does a strategy. But when the others do and works, it's wrong because she wasn't included. Everyone has to include little Anna here because she doesn't have a mom and she's a poor thing. And okay, I'm going a bit too far here, but I just hate this scene of how hypocrite Hannah is being the last episodes. Oh my god. And don't even try to comment, oh, the Disventure community complains when a character has flaws. No. I don't complain my characters have flaws. Ivy has flaws. Benji also has. The problem is when the characters has flaws, keep doing the same exact shit with those flaws and doesn't involve a little. Hannah has flaws, yes, but she's annoying and do nothing to get better or at least be enjoyable with those stuff. She's just annoying. And oh, she doesn't understand the game. We have a lot of characters who also don't understand a shit about this game or way more entertaining than Hannah. So don't even try to make true arguments in the comments. You also have a little scene with Jade showing that she understands how guns work, all the stuff, because her mother teach her how to use it because, you know, self-defense and stuff. And again, more of Jade's past, more of her personality, more about her moms. It's interesting knowing more about Jade. I'm liking the way they're going with Jade. It's not enough to make her great, but enough to make her a good character or interesting. And we also have Amelie trying to convince Isabel to vote off Jade because Hannah doesn't want to work with Jade. Apparently because she doesn't trust her. Because apparently she didn't get over Benji elimination. Even though she said last episode she got over it. And Jade and Isabel should work together with the girls because they need to get over elimination. But she's just a big hypocrite and can't do that. She just can't say what others can do, but what she can do, she can't. Did that make sense? I don't know. And we also cut to Anastasia and Marissa walking, finding two big sticks. This phrase it got a bit weird, okay? And Marissa says they should trust Jade and Logan because look, the boat's still there, but well, Anastasia took some, you know, things to make sure they won't leave and stole their bullets. And if you know me, you know if you stole something for others, I love you automatically in a cartoon. But oh no, the fucking mimic found them! If you understand this reference. And they need to run, and if you look at this thing really quickly, you can see Slenderman appearing in the background. Look, right there. Anyway, they're running from the mimic, and well, we know how horror movies work, right? The lesbian or blonde girl always get catch by the monster, and duh, she got catch, and Marissa needs to shoot and well... I thought I wouldn't say this, but Anastasia got... Anyway, Marissa asks Jade and Logan to help, and Logan doesn't stand up to help Anastasia. Wow. I understand he's mad, but come on. The girl already helped him before, and she isn't exactly a monster. You want me to run the carousel episode? But it doesn't help because, oh, she isn't in danger. Like, dude, I bet if it was Spencer, even though after the Richard thing, he would have helped him. And Marissa, to return the favor, sing that boat because, oh, you're gonna be a jerk, so I'm gonna be a jerk too. And he kind of deserves, because come on. Now could have the best scene in the episode, the second best, because they got the flags, the four girls, you know, and they go like, so who should win immunity? And when Jade has a gun and Hannah asks to get the gun back, but they decide not to give it back because Isabel and Jade might use it, and they're trying to decide who wins immunity, and this whole scene of who should win, and if someone's gonna betray the other, or someone's going to run first, or someone's going to shoot. It's really cool when they're not paying attention to the mimic appearing behind them, and the whole thing is great. I love this interaction. I know it's not exactly something that will happen a lot of times, but if it happens, it would be really cool. Isabel is caught, and Hannah Amelie run, and Amelie says, I will win immunity, okay? And Hannah agrees. And I think it's nice Jay trying to save Isabel and forget about the immunity for a second. It's a nice scene. These nice moments showing how loyal they are to each other. It's good. Like Isabel saying that she won't vote against Jade, or Jay trying to save her. It's a good friendship. I like. And when Jay decides to go to try to find Hannah and Amelie and shoot them so she can win, Logan appears asking if someone already won immunity, and I don't know where the hell he came from. Like, what? Out of nowhere, he appears with a flag. And, well, Jade gives Logan the weapon so he, could outrun them or do something. And actually, Jade doesn't know if it's okay to trust Logan, but now she thinks it's worth it. Or at least hopes it is. Now the scene I wanted to talk about since the start. Amelie and Hannah are almost there, but Logan shoots a tree, and the piece of the tree falls on Amelie, and Logan runs. And Hannah has two choices: help Amelie and run, or she can do this. He abandons Amelie. They got a freaking... I don't want to say something that is gonna look like the other thing, so you know what I'm talking about. That she got really hurt, she didn't know she got really hurt or not. Apparently she didn't. And she kept running to win immunity. That she didn't need it. She wasn't in danger. She wasn't a target this episode. She was nothing. Why this whole drama? Why she was so desperate to win immunity? Like, I need to win immunity? Why? For nothing. I mean, yes, it's immunity, but it's not like someone was focused on her. Isabel was against Anastasia, and Anastasia was against Isabel. They were mad at each other. Why Hannah needed so much as immunity? It's not like she was against Isabel, and she was targeting her, and she needed that. It was against Logan. Like, it has zero impact to the whole thing because Logan wasn't against her or wanted to vote. Like, my God, I don't know. This scene's really dramatic for nothing. Hannah acts like a jerk for nothing, and let Amelie keep feeling pain for nothing. What the problem with this girl? And we have this interaction after the challenge that's between Amelie and Hannah that I have a lot of things to say. But in short, Hannah is being extremely dramatic and acting like, I don't know how I would say, but let's say a dramatic teenager. I know she's a teenager, but for someone who is really mature at the start of the season, acting this way feels so weird and so annoying. And so what the fuck this girl is talking about? Like, the writers forgot everything she said in the past episodes, and she made the advice for the others that, like, she gives the advice, but she doesn't follow the own advice because she's acting in a way that doesn't make sense and makes her look like a hypocrite. And Emily tries to tell this of how she's acting, but the only thing she could say is, you're not my mom, and because she's dead, and I keep losing everyone I get close to, and all those stuff, and I'm sick of losing people, and my God, what the fuck she's talking about? I mean, I know you're sad, but calm down. They didn't die, besides their mom. Like, Benji, Tristan, Diego, you're going to see them after the show. They didn't die. You didn't lose them. It's not that big of a deal. Like, girl, chill. What the hell is that? Oh, I've kept playing everything. Like, no, you just isn't seeing them in the game. My God, what the hell? And I'm glad Emily used what Hannah told her about not everything's a fight. But I think it didn't work because talk to this girl is like talk to the rock. You say this stuff and goes to a year and end up in the other because she doesn't listen. Just like her fans. Anyway, Mauricia and Anastasia appears and say they should vote Isabel, and Hannah say, okay, I'm in, and Emily says she isn't, but Anastasia said the boys already agreed to vote with her, and if she doesn't vote with her now, she's gonna be the next target, so Emily agrees. And what I like because the boys didn't agree, and she used the same exact strategy with the boys, saying the girls already agree, so if they don't agree with them, they're gonna be the next target. And it's a really smart thing to say and to do in a situation like this. But then, Logan tells Jade about it, and she tells Isabel. Logan's just doing that because, he can't trust her, and she owes one to her, so yeah. And I don't think it's wrong, because, come on, it's Jade, and about the whole situation, so I can't understand why he's doing this, because he literally owns her once, so yeah. And when Jade tells Isabel, whoa, I never see her so mad as this entire show. And they decide to use the idol, but not to vote out Anastasia. Isabel has a new plan in mind. And it's so absurd that Jade gets like, no, we can't do this. This is cruel. But Isabel doesn't care. She's going to do it anyway. And Jade has nothing else to do than just agree. And what her plan is really, really cruel. Well, she uses her totem to get safe and her votes to her don't count. Okay, that makes sense. But then the votes are red. And this girl voted for Anastasia and convinced Jade to vote for Marissa, so the couple will go against each other to decide who stays in the game and who decides who goes home. This is so cruel, so evil. Just a cold-hearted person would do that. It's horrible. Like, they love each other, and now they have to go against each other to decide who stays in the game and who goes home. This is really cruel. And it is awesome. We never see a move like that before in this adventure camp. And it was epic and really sad seeing Marissa and Anastasia going against each other. And Isabel just there, laughing and smiling, seeing her plan working, seeing them suffer. To make the scene even better, when Marissa lost the challenge, she should have said, this was for Natalia. Man, that would be a absolute cinema. It was amazing. For the people who hate Isabel, this was like, okay, this is not made some of the most iconic scenes in the show, and I have to admit, everyone has to admit, even you who doesn't like Isabel has to admit, this was iconic and this was epic. But it has a problem. The scene is extremely sad and also extremely cute because they really care about each other, even flirt a little in the scene. And when one of them lost, they kiss, and it's, oh my god, it's like one of the most romantic scenes of the show. But the problem is that Marissa is the one who lost the challenge and not Anastasia. And you must be confused why I'm saying this, because why would you want Anastasia gone and Marissa to stay? Isn't Anastasia your second favorite Adventure Camp character? Yes, she is, and she still is my second favorite Adventure Camp character. But I think it would be better if she was eliminated and Marissa stayed in the game and prove more of herself, avow Anastasia, and Anastasia learned a lesson about not to, do everything she did in the season and lost, because now that Marissa's gone, I can say that she wasn't a really good comeback. Still better than Connor because that comeback was horrible, but she's not that good. Almost a really good comeback, but she come back to the game, have scenes with Anastasia, a really good scene with her family, a phone call, and that's it. Like, her comeback wasn't really necessary because she was eliminated 3 episodes later, and all the things she learned or developed in this episode, they could have done in the season finale or in the special episode, and not 3 episodes of the season. It would be way better if Tad come back in her place, Linda come back in her place, Ivy, Benji, these characters who have more to offer. But no, Marissa is just, there. It doesn't mean she isn't a good character. I love her stay in the game, even though the comeback was a bit useless. But I admit that it would be better if she stayed a little longer, and Anastasia not. But still, I understand, I guess, the decision. I just think it would be better if it wasn't this one, It's not the first time Disventure makes a terrible decision of this elimination. Basically, they always do that, but this one, I'm questioning a little bit because it doesn't make sense, but still, I because I really like to see Anastasia on screen, so it's a bit confusing. Still, I think Marissa should be the one staying in the game in Anastasia. And yeah, that was the episode. I really liked this episode, except the ending with the Anastasia staying in the game, but besides that, the episode is great. Yes, it had Hannah and Logan, who are really annoying characters in this episode, but Isabel's game move was so epic and the challenge so fun with the mimic following everyone, this whole horror thing and tension and that scene with the flags of who decides who's going to win and the guns in the game. It's so entertaining that even though it has these annoying characters and this questionable decision, I can ignore and just watch this episode because it's really awesome. Isabel and Jake really carry this episode because these two at the end make this episode 100 times better. So yeah, amazing episode. Just some really questionable decisions here. Yeah, Hannah is still really annoying, really annoying. I doubt she will get better now because the season is almost ending. And nowadays Belle is really the villain of the season after this move because who does this isn't good, and I'm happy she isn't good because I was waiting this moment since the season started. I was just waiting for this nun to stop following her principles and going crazy and attacking everyone and doing master moves. So yeah, she's the villain, so she's going to the finale and lose. This is obvious, but I would love if she won the season because it would be really epic. And who I think would be the next eliminated? Sincerely, I don't even care because anyone could be eliminated right now and I wouldn't care besides Amelie and Jade. So I don't know, maybe Zayd because he's nothing and doing nothing. Maybe Hannah so she learned a lesson and stop being annoying. I really don't care because, it doesn't matter anyway. At least Logan still has a plot to solve, that is the war thing. But besides that, anyone could be eliminated. If Isabel and Jade aren't eliminated, I won't care that much. So yeah, that's it. What I thought of the episode. My team will be the next eliminated. It was a great episode. It had some problems, but still one of the best of the show. And I want to do a little question. Do you really think Hannah's a good character now? And we also have a scene of Amelie trying to convince Isabel, even though she doesn't want to vote Jade because Hannah doesn't work to... Oh my god, I got the whole line wrong. Wait, again. And we also have a scene of Amelie trying to convince Isabel to vote off Jade because Hannah doesn't want to... My god, again!